Types of interviews based on the count of people involved. Point 1. One-to-one interview means personal interview. It is the most common among the interview types. It involves the interviewer asking questions, maybe both technical and general, to the interviewee to investigate how fit the candidate is for the job. Example: posts in small organizations and mid-level and high-level jobs in big organizations. Point 2. Group interview. This involves multiple candidates and they are given a topic for discussion. They are assessed on their conversational ability and how satisfactorily they are able to have their own views and make others believe in them. Here, the best among the lot gets selected. Example: fresher posts and mid-level sales posts. Point 3. Panel interview means committee interview. The interviewers here are a group from among the committee people who are in a senior position, and usually the panel interview is when the candidate is supposed to make a presentation, but many a times it could be for the job interview as well. Example: mid-level and high-level jobs. Interview based on the planning involved. Point 1. A structured interview, formal interview or guided interview. Here, in the traditional form of an interview, the questions asked are all in a standard format and the same is used for all the candidates. This is to assess the ability of all the candidates impartially. Example: entry-level jobs for freshers. Point 2. Unstructured interview, informal interview or conversational interview. This is the opposite of a structured interview. Here, the interviewer has a definite idea in mind about the questions to be asked, but it doesn't follow a certain format. The interviewer may deviate and a conversation type interview follows. Example: mid-level job interview for managerial position. Interview based on judging the abilities. Point 1. Behavioral based interview. The interviewee is asked questions about past work experience and how it was dealt with in a particular situation. This helps the interviewer understand the candidate's future performance based on his past experiences. Here, the candidates need to provide examples when they have handled situations. The probing may be in detail to assess the candidate's behavior and responses, and this determines the candidate's future job prospects. Example: interview for managerial positions, executive posts. Point 2. Problem-solving interview. Task-oriented interview. Here, the interviewer is more concerned about the problem-solving abilities, be it technical, managerial, creative, or analytical skills. This is the most common among the interview patterns, and it may involve either writing or answering a questionnaire set, or answering the technical questions orally. Example: interviews for software recruitments, technical industries, and managerial positions. Point 3. Depth interview or in-depth interview. When you need to ascertain everything about the interviewee, right from life history, academic qualifications, work experience, hobbies, and interests. You conduct the depth interview. Here, the interviewer has a clear idea about the questions he will be asking. But once the question is asked, he allows the conversation to flow and is more of a listener. This interview takes time and more of a friendly approach of the interviewer towards the interviewee. Example for executive post. Point 4. Stretch interview. Very rare, but such interviews are conducted to see how the candidate will be able to react in stressful situations and to assess if he will be able to handle the crisis at his job. The tactics involved include completely ignore the candidate by maybe making a phone call in the middle of the interview, or some other tactic like continuously interrupting the candidate when he answers the questions, trying to enforce your point of view forcefully even if he disagrees, asking a whole lot of questions all at once, interrupting him by asking another questions not related to his answer. Example for banker jobs. Here comes to an end of part 3. So best of luck, stay safe and take care.